Hi guys, we're back again. So we're doing part 3 now, which is assigning some controllers to this setup. Alright, so what I've done is I've saved this setup again with all the changes that we just made. Welcome back guys. If you're just tuning in, please don't be afraid to ask questions. I like questions. They keep me honest, keep me on my toes. I know I didn't put up... Aha! There's me problem. I was looking for the transpose before, and that was what was causing it. So if I go back in here now and I just change all these things so that they won't work properly. I knew there was a transpose there somewhere, so it's not a bug, it's just annoying. Alright. Okay, what I also want to do, which I haven't done yet, is this one here. Alright, so basically what I've done is for each of these channels I've just assigned the particular channel to just the key range that we're going to use. Okay, so that they don't sound anywhere else on the keyboard. So what this allows us to do is when we put in another layer, so if we want to play live over the top of this, we can put in another layer and play anywhere else on the keyboard. Now what you probably want to do in practice is with your trigger layers, if you're using layers to trigger riffs and stuff like that, put them off the keyboard, put them down at MIDI note 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are down at C-4 or something like that, which is way off the left hand end of the keyboard, or put it right up very top end. Keys that you're not going to be able to use with an 88 note keyboard. If you're playing a lot of real big bass sounds and stuff like that, assign them to treble notes that you're not going to use. You're almost certainly there's going to be a region of the keyboard that you're not going to use, so you'll be able to find some keys. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to use the program buttons, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the camera just so you can see these, so everything's just going a bit wonky for a second. Right, these are the program buttons up here that we're going to use. Okay, so they're both the category buttons, and we're going to use these to turn things on and off. I'll come back and show you how this operates a little bit later, but for now let's just go back to the screen so you can see what I'm doing, and just give me a sec while I just line everything up again. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone and messed with it and moved the camera around. Getting there. Alright, that's a bit better. Let's see what we're doing again. Okay, so what we want to do is these are on the on these switch program buttons. Okay, so what we can do is we can set them. We've got the different states. So we've got toggle or momentary. We're going to use toggle for all these, so they're going to light up and stay lit up. So entry state is off. So we want do we want off? Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll set both of these to off, so that way when you go into the setup, nothing's playing. When you go out of the setup, it's going to turn everything off. Okay, so on control, what we want is we want to set this to note. Somewhere there's a... Right, I think it's key number that we want. I'll just go through these and have a look. It's a little while since I've done this, so... okay. That's probably an easy way to do it, riff on. You can do it with either key number or riff on, so we're going to do it with riff on. And on value is 127. And we're going to set this one to riff off. So I think you can actually get away without assigning them. You can probably get away without assigning the riffs to keys actually. But some people were asking about that, so you now know how to do it. Actually, I'm just having a look and see what other... Let's see what other things are available there while I'm in here. Okay, so we'll set this to riff off, and I think you set this to 0. Alright, so let's just test this. Yeah. Okay, so that works exactly how we want it to. So what we do is we do the same on the other layers. So let's just find the number for this. Is 1, 2, 5. So 163 is the key number for that. 127, 164, and 0. Same sort of thing. We're going to put both of these to off, and then we're going to do the same thing on the third layer. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and see if I can unassign the key numbers and just see if I can run with these, because that would be much more convenient. But I guess part of what we want to do here, I mean, part of this, I'm doing a lot of exploration of the PC3 myself. Because it's been a long time since actually been quite a long time since I spent serious time in the studio, but also, oh sorry, I'm off screen a bit, but it's also been quite a long time since I've particularly looked at setups in any detail and riffs, so I'm revisiting this a little bit myself. I've done it before, but I'm just going back and having a look at it again, so I'm just rediscovering a few things. So, thank you for helping my learning, people. So. Okay, so now we can play. So let's just take the camera away again. You can see what I'm doing. So if we turn it on, we'll just put it up here. So okay. Oops, messed something up. Alright guys, let me just show you what I've messed up. Alright, I've put all these onto switch program 1, and they should actually be on switch program 2 and 3. So they're all getting triggered by the first button. So let me just undo what I've done here. Alright, so what I want to do is on zone 2, I'll put this on switch program 2. So I'm not sure if you guys know entry states and exit states, but I'll run through it for you. What entry state is that when you come into the setup, it sends that value. And the exit state is when you exit out of the setup, it sends that value. So be careful about using it on volumes, because if you exit out of a setup, that channel ain't going to be sounding anything until you turn the volume back up again. It's very handy, and in some cases what you want to do is you want to do nothing. So if you've started a song, for example, or started a riff or something, and you want to continue playing through into the next setup that you go to, you can leave the entry states as nothing. So if it's playing, it'll keep playing when it goes to the next one. Alright, but in this case I want to turn them off. So I want this pretty much the sterile setup, so when I enter into it, nothing's running. And when I exit out of it, I want it to stop everything that's running. Okay, so that's why we're turning them off in this case. And this has got to be switch program 3. So zone 3 is switch program 3. So that's, you'll see as we go through which one of these program buttons I'm going to be using. So we got 163, 127, 164, and 0. Okay, so let's go and have a look again. Oops. Take the camera over here. Okay, now it should work properly. Okay, let's just put a shadow in there so you can see what we're doing. So that's the bass sound. zone 1's not synced. Right, we'll go over here, hit the stop button. Right, stop button's a nice easy way to stop everything, so let's just put this back up here. Alright, so what you heard there with zone 1 is that zone 1 is not actually synced to anything, because you can't sync it to itself. There's a tutorial I did earlier about where we talked about sync for the PC3. And one of the things that we did was we slaved the setup to an external source or to an external MIDI channel, and we did that via a song. So that might be an appropriate way if you want to make sure the sync is all working good. So guys, look, hopefully we've covered the bit about riffs that you wanted me to. Let's just go through and just unassign these things from... I've only got about 3 or 4 minutes of tape left, so having this tape is actually a really good way of keeping these quite short. But let's just go back to this riff page, and let's just... Okay, we'll just set all these to zeros. So this means we can use the rest of the keyboard. So, okay, now what we can now do is we can just add a new zone. And this will be our live zone. Okay, we don't want to riff on it. We just want to go back to assigning a program. I don't know what program we want to assign. Let's just go. Let's just use a nice piano. Number 4. It's a nice piano. So if we play again. Oops. Alright, so if we save that, replace it, so now what we can do is go, guys. That's nice and simple. We've now got the 4th layer. I'll post this setup on Kunker, and that's going to be it for tonight. So look, I hope that this has covered how to assign riffs to keys, how to assign them to the program buttons, and give you a little bit of insight into how we do setups. We're going to do a bit more on setups in the future. We certainly want to look at riff at arpeggios and all that stuff. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, if you want to support what I'm doing here, and it's certainly not mandatory, you guys sign up to the Mahogany Room is really good in itself. But look, if you want to throw coin my way, which a few people have done, best way is to get hold of Bravo from godlike.com.au. That way you get something for your money. Otherwise, if you've already got that or you don't want it, I don't know why you wouldn't want it, because I programmed it, and I think it's wonderful, but no, it's a little bit egotistical there. But no, seriously guys, if you already got Bravo and you still want to throw some money, there's a little chip in thing on the website on Kunker. Yeah, if you want to put some money there, it's always appreciated. It pay for the software and the stuff that I've done here. But again, it's not mandatory. I do these tutorials because I really enjoy doing it. I'm going to run out of tape shortly, which is, I guess, doesn't matter for the guys on the stream, but it will matter for the stuff that's going up live. So guys, again, if you know somebody who really needs to join the Mahogany Room, send them over to Kunker and get them to sign up. The money there helps the forum stay online, and it's really well worth it. There's so much good stuff in there, particularly this year. Lots of really good programs. Brian's been very busy with programs and setups. So Thanks for tuning in, guys. There's been no questions tonight, so either I've covered everything or no one's tuning in, which probably isn't surprising because I only really verified the date and time a few hours ago. I'm probably going to try and do another one of these in a fortnight. I don't know what it's going to be on yet. We'll see. It'll be a programming with a puppeteer, or it'll be more setup stuff. So guys, thanks for tuning in, and I shall talk to you later, and I'll see you on the forums. Ciao guys.